So this morning I only took one trade. So I took the trade off of NVDA as a sort of a VWAP slash second chance on the opening range break. So this was not a traditional opening range break, but we did have like this pre-market level here around 100, which is a very significant level for NVIDIA. And we get a breakdown through the $100. And what's most important for, I think, opening range breaks is that we had the second highest volume candle of the day on that break. And then we just get a retest. So it gets back above 100, comes close to VWAP, puts an inverted hammer, and then just fails. So I think because we have sort of this $100, which is kind of this line in the sand, I feel like, for NVIDIA. We also have this pre-market level at 135. So it breaks down from that on volume, reclaims, and then fails. So I just get short as we break the prior bar candle, and it really starts to melt. So I take in half. I was trying to give this thing some room, but this was a really big move. And then I was just looking to see if it could go lower through. This was yesterday's low of day, and it started to look like it was going to bounce. So I just took half as it started to that bounce. Then it goes lower into the low of the pre-market bounce. So I just take a quarter here. And unfortunately, it puts in this big rebid candle. I was trying to give this some room since I did change some of my rules. So I switched to the 2-minute and said, I'm going to take half at prior bar breaks on the 2-minute. And where I got into trouble here is I didn't want to just, have it come up to like do a prior bar break, but then come into yesterday's low of day, which is like a second chance off of the low of day, and then fail again. So I just wanted to give it a little bit more room. But you can see that it remained strong. And so I just got out as it started to really get aggressive. Tape was speeding up very quickly. There was a lot of green prints, but it looked pretty bullish. And at this point, I'm thinking this is going to do a rubber band. So I just give it, some room, and just put my stop to just above $100.03. So just like close to break even, but also we're at VWAP and $100. So I just want to give it a retest of that, and then it took out that, and then it went high of day and did a total V-shaped recovery. So this is the second day or second time I've seen NVIDIA start to sell on volume, put in a rubber band, and then go high of day on a V shape, almost like a check mark recovery. So you can see kind of what this looks like, just a check mark. So this was an aggressive rebid. Wasn't able to get involved in it as I don't really trust it in our current market environment. But I did get a decent trade off of this, and so this was the only trade I took. So a selectivity today. So this morning, not a lot that I like in terms of fresh news catalysts. Primarily day 2 plays for me. So I am watching UPST. It's very strong yesterday, so looking for a dip off of this support into the close off of 32.50 for maybe a gap give and go, or maybe a back through open. I'm also going to be watching it for VWAP continuations. I'm also going to be watching Disney. It closed yesterday at lows after attempting to make a bounce, and so I'll be looking for further weakness, hard selling off of the open for a VWAP continuation. And those are my primary 2 watches today. Also watching NVIDIA to see if we're going to get some continuation after the selling yesterday. Getting there's definitely increased selling on NVDA as it comes through this $100 level. I'm going to take this. I like this volume on this breakdown. Comes back through 100 and see, maybe it'll like touch VWAP and then fail. I'm just taking this as a opening range break, second chance through 100. We did get a break at that level. So definitely getting a rebid close to, I guess, prayer close. So just watching this closely to see if we're going to get a break of yesterday's low of day. Got a new low of day. And see if we're going to flush here. This 90 MA on the 1 minute is holding fairly nicely. Huge increase in volume here and tape really speeding up. Bids are getting hammered right now into low day. Bids are still getting hit really hard. And see if we can get a flush into low of day. Through low of day. A lot of volume there. Didn't really get the type of flush that I wanted, so just taking half here. This was it's like third highest volume of the day. And just gonna follow a 2-bar break on the 9 EMA. Sorry, 2-bar break on the 2-minute. So we get like a big overextension. Either we get another really big down move, or I'll take half on the 2-bar break. I think if this pops back above, it's still not over the 9 EMA. I think I just need to let it ride here. I'm in NVDA right now. It's taking my attention. So just looking to trail this right now. I'm going to stop about half on the 2-bar break of the 2-minute and follow that up with a trail on the 9-minute on the... Wow, those were some crazy bids that just get hit at 98. You can see this is like deeply extended on the 5-minute. And we are going to come into probably some pre-market lows potentially. I'm just going to take another quarter here. Just took a little bit into this big move. All right, and really need to watch out for these rebid candles. Starting to see some aggressive buying on the tape. We are very deeply extended, so a rubber band here would not be out of the question. Looks like we're starting to turn. We did get a 2-bar break there. Let's see, we're going to go second chance into yesterday's low day though, so just going to give it this test and see if it fails here. A lot of buying here, so we're just going to take another half over the 90 MA, 2-bar break. And Disney did do an opening range break. We also had Hood that did an opening range break, second chance here. So I want to start watching this. So very much a rubber band on NVDA, or sorry, just like move my stop to break even here and see if I can focus on Hood. I'm gonna move my stop just above 100, just above VWAP. Been holding NVIDIA so many times short when it does a rubber band like this.